Hey, Eugene. I'm Bob Clegg, and I'm running for Congress. And before I ever start any of my remarks, I always like to point out a few statistics. It's about Washington, because it's full of people with advanced degrees. There's 114 members that have master's degrees, 23 with PhDs, 17 doctors, 240 lawyers, and there's 3 Rhodes Scholars. And my question's always the same. How come they're not smart enough to balance the federal budget, fix the economy, reduce dependence on foreign oil, or even sit and discuss in a civil manner the problems that you and I face every day? I don't have any fancy degrees, but I'm running for Congress because I do know what it's like to have to balance my checkbook. I also know what it's like to sit down as a leader and actually find solutions to the problems that face America every day. I've done it in the state of New Hampshire for 14 years. I did it on my local community side for 6 before that. I've lived the American dream. I grew up in a poor family. There were 7 kids. Dad was a mechanic. Mom stayed home, took care of us. And you know, right next door was Charlie Pandagoulis' shoe repair shop. That's where I was shining shoes when I was a kid. It's where I learned to keep my head down, my ears open, and I learned that it wasn't only okay to get your hands dirty, but sometimes it's necessary in order to get the job done. I mopped floors at Green Barn Nursing Home where I met my wife. I've worked hard. While I couldn't go to college, I did put my wife and my 2 children through college. My daughter's a teacher, and I'm very proud of that. My son's a filmmaker. In fact, if any of you have been on my site, collectforcongress.com, you'll see some of the video ads that we have. That's my son, Jeff. My experience as a small business owner is what got me into this politics. And that's because when I couldn't afford workers' comp, someone said to me from the legislature, if you think you can do a better job, why don't you show up and do it? So I did. And I stayed for 14 years, where for 14 years we fought for working families and small businesses. Because I was a working family, I was a small business, I knew exactly what each and every one of you were going through every single day of your life. Now, if you take a look at what's been happening, Paul Hodes has played nothing but follow the leader. He has said no to domestic drilling, no to reducing taxes, no to nuclear power, and no to long-term solutions, just like they said no to funding our troops and no to fixing health care for the veterans. But to be fair, they did say yes a couple of times. They said yes to the largest tax hike in history, yes to a taxpayer-funded bailout for those who made bad business decisions, and they said yes to going on vacation while you and I were sitting here still working, trying to figure out how we were going to heat our homes. Hopefully tonight we'll be able to address all the issues, and I'll convince you that I'm the best candidate with the most experience. Thank you. Thank you. I didn't want to throw you off.